All right, so this is an '07 Toyota Camry, 3.5 V6, and it's been checked out by a couple guys who thought it was the main seal leaking oil. This thing's been leaking oil. Now, you look down here, where the main seal would be located, it's pretty clean and dry. All right, and if it was the main seal, it'd be leaking in this area. After inspecting, this is where it's leaking back here. You can see all that fresh oil down there, right around the power steering pump. All right. Now, the power steering fluid is not leaking. It is oil leaking. So why is there oil in the power steering pump? Well, come back up here. There's a plastic cover over this section here. But right down in here, this is an oil line. And there's a rubber hose that goes from here to here. So it goes metal to a 4-inch rubber hose, back to metal, down around, and this goes down around back to the back of the engine block. It's part of the variable valve timing and whatnot. Right on the rubber hose is where it was leaking, and as you can see, all that yellowish brown, you see how wet that is? There's your oil leak, and it's actually running straight down onto the top of the serpentine belt. You can see there. All right. Now when it leaks down on top of that serpentine belt, while the engine's running, it's getting all over those pulleys, all over that belt, and it's slinging oil everywhere down in this compartment. All right. So it is from here all the way up to the front, everywhere, slinging it. It's even slung oil up on the bottom of the hood. All right. Now that's because it's got on that belt, and the belt's slinging it everywhere, making it hard to tell where exactly it is leaking. But what we did is we power washed this thing. Power washed this whole side of the engine and got it real cleaned up. Then we started up, let it idle, let it run, and when we did that, that's when we saw this leaking again over here. All right, so that is what told us the leak was back here, toward the back side of the engine, not from the main seal. Okay, and one of the things that kind of told us that it wasn't the main seal to begin with is the main seal is way down here. Nothing below the main seal has oil, all right? So if it was leaking from the main seal, there would be a lot of oil below the main seal. So there's not. It's all above that level. So the oil is coming down from above that height, and it's actually coming back here and dripping down. So if we look up here, this is where that oil line is, all right? The main seal would be right above here, okay? Not way back there, here. So, we believe this hose is the problem. This hose is leaking, and it's obvious. You can tell all this is fresh, wet oil. So, we're gonna replace that little piece of hose right there and get it all tightened back up, and fire this thing back up, see if we have any leaks after that. But almost 100% positive that's the leak right there. So yeah, if you're having a oil leak in a 3.5 Toyota Camry, that's where you might want to look, because with the oil leaking where it is, those belts and pulleys are going to sling it everywhere. It might lead people to think it's the main seal just because of its location, but it might actually be that line right there could most likely be your culprit. So, yeah. All right, there's the new hose.